Welcome back to the D&D Talk Wrestling Podcast, Episode 7. What are you doing over there?
Oh, just playing with our new merch that we got. Oh, we got more new merch.
Yeah, look at that.
So the wristbands are finally here, guys. Some of you got it. If we missed out on you, it was kind of a hectic weekend. Let us know. We'll come and find you. I got a ton of them. They're all in the car. Those are all for you and your family.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because you would have thought that they would have got them first, but no.
The colors are, I will say the colors are a little off, but I mean, that's nothing crazy, nothing important.
At least it's got our name out there.
It does, right. It has our name on it.
That's
we're getting out there.
We got stickers and bracelets.
Stickers and bracelets. Moving on up.
We're coming up in the world.
Like the Jeffersons.
Look at that.
Look at that. So what's the topic for this week's podcast?
So the topic for this week is a personal favorite of mine, because you know I'm a big faction, big team guy. So it's our favorite tag teams and factions.
I just want to say there's a lot.
There is.
I guarantee you there's about 75% that was the same.
Probably. And
they're in absolutely no order.
Absolutely no particular order. And this is not going to be a ranking of the greatest tag teams or greatest factions of all time. This is our personal favorites.
Right.
So
I don't know if we're actually ever do a ranking of anything, because I feel that just too...
Well, everything is an opinion anyways.
Right.
But I mean, if we did miss out on something, we say it all the time. Drop a comment, leave it in there. Let us know when you see us.
We always miss out on something.
Yeah, we'll more than happy to revisit, rewind, plug to our other video.
You said it right. Look at that.
Yeah. We'll always try to get stuff in. Like I said, we do also want to do just a fan's choice.
Oh my god, like a fan episode?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Strictly thing, but anyways.
That episode would probably be to go away though.
What?
The fan episode would be for us to go away.
It would, yeah. Top comment, stop recording.
Leave. Yeah. Go home, Heat.
So we'll do the podcast with us not on the screen. We'll just be behind it.
That'll get the most views.
You get to look at the wall the whole time.
That'll get the most views.
The funny thing is the wall and us.
Which I have to say, I keep forgetting to put the poster up, but whatever.
Okay.
Oh well.
Us and the wall have one thing in common.
What's that?
Same personality.
I mean, there you go. You said it.
Look at it. So what are you thinking? You want to divulge into this topic?
Should we just get rid of the top one, because I know we both wrote it probably down first?
We're diving straight in, aren't we?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. So what on 3, 1, 2.
Oh, come on!
We can't even do that.
We can't even do that right. No.
Okay.
Obviously, the first one I wrote down is the Bloodline. We had to.
100%.
100%. New Bloodline, old Bloodline, Bloodline 2.0, whatever.
Just the Bloodline.
The Bloodline in general. Even if they're not in the Bloodline, Samoans in general.
Oh, I have to agree.
I mean, there's nothing more you can say. You really can't. It would probably take longer for you to find a negative than to go with everything positive they've ever done, all the accomplishments.
Yes. Yeah, and the accomplishments that they're doing now, too.
Right.
Like with Jay winning the Rumble, getting the main event at Mania, and all this intertwining stuff that's going on, and the history. I mean, we can sit here for...
That's an episode alone.
Yeah, we could sit here for hours talking about the history of it, but It has to be one of the best, our favorite factions of all time have to be the Bloodline.
I will say, I just have I know you did yours separately. I have my factions and tag teams just all in a big list.
Yeah, I'm a little more organized. I separated tag teams and factions, and you just have
I just whatever came in, I was like writing it down, typing it down, writing it down.
And that's a scary place to be inside your head.
I don't want to be in there.
Nope, not at all.
It's too dark. It's too dark in there.
It's a turn on the light. That'll work.
It's not gonna help.
Hey, you can get one of them like fish that have the lights on the head. I don't know. It was all over the news.
Oh, that fish that got caught on the news.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That was so random. Yeah, I know. I feel you.
I feel like in your brain, there's probably a little light that just
probably every once in a while.
It's burnt out now, though.
No, it's been burnt out. I'm only 37. It's been burnt out for 40 years. Jesus.
Well, you know. All right, so you want to go on to your next one that you got here?
I mean, I'm sure you have this one too, but what more can we say? DX.
Yes, I do.
And that, I mean, I'm gonna include with that the New Age Outlaws, just because to me they're a part of DX.
Yeah, and I have the New Age Outlaws as one of my tag teams.
I have them as one of the tag teams, but I have...
As a whole, DX is a faction, and you know, you have what? Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, the New Age Outlaws, China. And Rick Rude.
I always forget about Rick Rude.
I did too, and then I'm writing it down. I'm like, I know I'm forgetting somebody. But
I mean, we could even say for a little bit Kane. You know, he didn't have the green on, but Kane and X-Pac were a tag team.
yeah, Green Kane. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. There's a lot of people that edit that time to make him like have a green outfit.
He would like kind of low key look like a can of Mountain Dew.
He really would. I'm surprised there's not a Kane now in the whole Kane universe. We gotta talk about that one time.
What, the Kane universe?
The like Kane universe, blue cocaine, blue Kane,
Gain's my favorite.
Candy Cane. There's another one too. There's one that's just like a pimp.
Oh God, I don't even want to know that name. Ho Train Kane. No, I made that up.
I want to say it's like Kane, but spelled like a pimp cane.
Oh,
I think, but I'm not sure. There's probably a different name.
That's cool. So if we're gonna stay in the realm of factions, I'm gonna have to throw in the Shield.
So I won't lie. Last night watching TV, I thought of the Shield. So they're down. My list isn't anywhere like we said before, but the Shield is down on my list because I forgot about them. I don't know how I could forget about them.
How do you forget about three of the biggest stars in wrestling right now?
They really are. There was one time last year the three of them had a world title.
Yeah. You got Roman, Seth, Moxley, or Dean Ambrose when he was here, but
whatever.
still,
yeah,
all on top of the game. And
I would love to see. I think we've talked about this before. They all have daughters. 10, 15 years from now, there's just three females dressed in riot gear coming down. It's a female riot squad, a female Shield.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, isn't
Yes,
that?
it would. Yes, it would.
So, if we're gonna stay with the factions, I feel like this one is basically one we already talked about, NWO.
I have that as well.
And we were gonna put every leader in it, every group in it, every person in the group. I don't know why I can't talk. Literally,
because that light's burnt out.
It would just be that, and we just had sheets. It would just be the WCW roster, but basically Hogan, Hall, Nash.
Yeah, they were the start of
They were yeah.
In that group, like, I mean, it's because they're our favorites. It's not because of, but still, if you want to talk about accomplishments, what they did revolutionized wrestling.
On there, I love watching it where he lawn darts Rey Mysterio and everybody in the country's calling 911 because they thought Rey Mysterio died.
No, that's at the top with mine too. Staying in the line of factions, how about the Nation of Domination?
You know, I don't have them.
I don't think.
Let me. No, I don't. There's a couple that I know. I was sitting there. I didn't want to look any up because I didn't want to be like whatever. And I'm like, I know there's a bunch that I'm probably missing. The Nation's a good one.
Come on, you got Farouk, Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, The Godfather, and The Rock.
You're forgetting somebody.
Owen Hart was in it as well.
Yeah, he's the main one. Come on.
You have one of the greatest wrestling stars ever.
And The Rock is in there too.
Yeah, I know. D'Lo's up there.
Yo, D'Lo when he had the metal plate on. He would come out, give himself migraines all the time.
Like a bobblehead. My head hurts just watching you do that.
Speaking of bobbleheads, this is a really good transition actually. Judgment Day.
I love the Judgment Day.
And I will say I was never when it was Edge, Priest, and Rhea. I couldn't get into it.
No, but when it went to Finn, Priest, Rhea, Dom, JD, that was my favorite incarnation of the group. Even when Carlito kind of came in,
because Carlito just does jokes.
But like that was towards the end of Rhea. And
Carlito's Priest, there. R-Truth. Well, R-Truth was in it too, technically, but
R-Truth is still in it.
He is. Yeah, even though he's on SmackDown, he's still in it. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I have them as well. I just love factions. I don't know why. I have some on here that you're probably gonna be like.
Usually, when I told you. Usually, when I get a new wrestling game, the first thing I do is make a fact. Like I'll make my character, but then I make myself in a faction.
I make factions all the time.
But I'll do like.
I'm the one who created A-Town.
Oh, here we go.
Down Under. WWE stole that idea from me.
I always make I'll put 2 people from Raw, 2 people from SmackDown. This way I can get both world titles, the mid-card titles, the tag titles, just into one faction.
That's kind of smart. I like that.
If you sometimes you couldn't do 5, but if you could do 5, I would throw a girl in there just to get the women's title.
It's 5 now.
Because sometimes it was 4.
Yeah. No, now it's 5, but still. All right, so here's another one that I know for a fact that we both have. Bullet Club.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
They literally are New Japan's DX, NWO.
I would say NWO because
I would say NWO. DX, but I mean, to me, and
DX was very static as in who the members were.
Okay, right.
NWO was constantly changing.
But more of what they did.
But see, I'll give the nod to the Bullet Club even above the NWO because they change leaders.
They change leaders. They refresh every couple months. They're still going on now. We should have looked up when, at least for the Bullet Club, when the Bullet Club started. I want to say like early 2000s.
I don't know the exact date. I mean, I know who was in it when it started.
We know. I mean, we know who started it. Obviously, we know Finn started it. But like, to be going on for this long still, and so what? You're refreshing. Like now, I think they're the Bullet Club War Dogs. I think they're called, but they're still there.
Yeah. And I mean, just for a few people that have been in it, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, the Good Brothers, the Gorillas of Destiny, Hangman Page, like, you can keep going off of what I just said, but I'm just saying, like, all the people that have been in it, too. And it's not like it was like the NWO where everybody was just chilling.
No, they were doing stuff.
I
think you basically
got some leaders, there were some, like...
You said every leader besides, I believe, Jay White and whoever the leader is now, which... I want to say it's David Finlay, Finlay's kid.
Still, but like everybody has had a part in it, and it's really helped, I think, everybody who's been in it, really.
Right. To go along with literally Bullet Club, I like to put the Bullet Club DX NWO together, not for their faction, but for the stuff they do, how they try to take over the company. There's, to me, I always rope in a fourth one, the Aces and Eights from TNA.
You are a big Aces and Eights fan.
I don't know why. I loved the Aces and Eights.
I thought of that last night, and I was like, I'm not writing it down because I don't even want to. I'm going to stop because I'm going to let you talk about them because I know
the first
thing.
The first 5 on here, besides the Bloodline, is DX, NWO, Bullet Club, Aces and Eights. The Aces and Eights were just, they came in like a biker club, tried to take over, tried to do whatever. I don't know why, but to me, that's always stuck with me. When DX, I mean, DX was more of like the pranksters where like NWO would try and take over, Bullet Club would try and take over. That was always to me that's the cool faction, that's the faction that everybody wants to be in. They went through, they didn't do it as much as the Bullet Club, but they went through different leaders, they went through more people in and out. They weren't just hanging around chilling doing whatever, they were trying to take over the company. They were trying to make the company relevant again. Because that was, I believe they were around when TNA had their show on Monday nights going up against Raw.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
Bully Ray, Devon, Taz. To have the announcer, to have one of the announcers in the club, in the group, is kind of cool because then they're just like, everybody's ragging on him and they're like, no man, he's a good guy, don't worry about him. Like, Mr. Anderson. There were so many random, Gerald Briscoe's kid. Somebody else's, it's another Legends kid. Oh man, I can't think of his name. What were the twin referees?
Twin referees?
Yeah, they were brothers.
We always do this.
We always do this.
We feel so really prepared, good. And then you...
Who's the most famous referee?
Hebner.
Hebner's kid. I couldn't think of Hebner. Oh. His kid was in it.
See, that was the time I really didn't watch TNA that much, so that's why
I don't know why. Because as soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh man, it's TNA's NWO. It's TNA's... I think I knew about Ace and Eights before I knew about the Bullet Club. I think.
That's actually a really good comparison. TNA's NWO.
Yeah.
I like that. I really do. So this is I'm gonna say controversial, but it's not really because this can go in either column, tag team or faction.
Okay.
But next on my list, I got the New Day.
Okay. All right.
My favorite incarnation of them is as the faction.
Right.
All three of them.
The three of them. Right.
Granted, as a tag team, they were fantastic and still are doing amazing work right now, but I'm going to count them under my favorite factions. When you had Kofi, Xavier, and Big E, what they all accomplished, how they even started the gimmick in general.
Oh my God! Remember they had like the gospel vignettes,
and then they literally just went and was like, "Yo, can we just be ourselves?" And they all thought they were going to get fired, so who cares?
They were like, "Whatever, let's just be goofy."
And it just worked.
Who else can make a unicorn horn a popular selling wrestling item?
Pancakes,
Bootios.
Right.
I had bought a box of Bootios. It was like $40 at FYE. Like, and it was just, I think it was just sugared stale cereal. Like, come on.
But still, they got to be, for me, one of my favorite factions of all time.
There's some. They're down there actually.
There you go.
The New Day's down there. To go along, some people say there was a faction. I don't because I think of more of the team. But there was a whole family of them, the Dudleys. ECW had a whole family. Well, Sign Guy Dudley, Big Dick Dudley,
Spike,
Devon, Bully, who used to talk like Matt Morgan. Yeah. He had a stuttering problem.
Yep.
But the Dudleys, I mean, Bubba, Bully, Devon, I think they've won the title in every company ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have the Dudleys as my tag team, but you're right. It's the same thing. You could add that faction into it.
I think there was even more. Like, I like when they introduced Devon because they were like, oh, Daddy Dudley went out and like cheated on Mom and that's why he's black. And
well, that picture you just recently showed me, Undertaker, he's a Dudley too.
The picture I just recently showed you.
Yeah, remember you showed me the picture of Bully with Undertaker?
Oh, with the glasses on. Yeah. Undertaker Dudley.
Yeah, Taker Dudley.
Taker Dudley.
Taker Dudley.
That sounds bad.
Taker Dudley.
Taker Dudley.
Yeah. I would say you have to throw a disclaimer on that one, but that's innocent.
One disclaimer a day is enough.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. Next faction I have Heart Foundation.
Oh, I don't have the Heart Foundation.
And I'm not talking about. We could do the tag team,
right?
Of just Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart,
right?
But I liked them back when, back to Attitude Era-esque, and when they had the Gang Wars. The Heart Foundation was part of it, like with DX. There's a couple other I have on this list as well, but you have Bret Hart, Owen, British Bulldog, Jim the Anvil, even Brian Pillman dabbled in a while in it. That look at the name, the star power alone. I always loved that group though.
That was always a good group. They were like the wrestling group. They were like the pure wrestlers.
Oh, the technical. Yeah, 100%.
To go 180 from the pure wrestlers, and I feel bad because I don't have any of the names written down. The Oddities.
Oh, God. We went to Oddities.
Yeah.
Bro. All right, so let me see here. We have Golga. That was the
big
guy in the mask.
The bigger.
We had Kurgan.
That was the tall one.
Yeah, I can't think of the other tall one.
I could see the girl, but I can't think of her name.
Oh, you got me on this. I used to love the Oddities, though. ICP did their theme song.
Yeah. I can't. Wasn't she just inducted like 2 years ago in the Hall of Fame? It wasn't. That's gonna bother me. I want to say it's
Luna.
Was it okay? I knew it was someone else. Luna Vachon. I couldn't remember. I was comboing the names together and I couldn't think of it. Luna Vachon was the girl in there.
I like that.
I had to go 180 from the Hearts. Like, nah, hold on.
All right, so I'm gonna go with little old school WCW one right here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the Filthy Animals.
I liked the Filthy Animals.
Yeah.
Except when Rey Mysterio should always wear the mask.
I mean, you have Ray, Kidman, Eddie Guerrero, Conan, all in that group. That
was a good one.
That's a hell of a lineup right there. I know it was Rey Mysterio without the mask, but still.
He wore the horn, so it's okay.
Yeah, he had the little.
There was another group around that time, and I swear when I looked it up, there was another guy that I could not remember because I remember playing him in the WCW games. Raven's Flock.
Oh yeah, the Flock.
The Flock with that Billy Kidman, Raven. There was a really tall guy. Even when I looked it up, I could not remember his name.
I want to say Saturn might have been dabbled.
I think Saturn was in it for a little bit, but he's got a better tag team later on down the line.
Him and Moppy.
Yeah. Do you have gimmick tag teams? I have a couple.
I actually don't have any gimmick.
I have like 2 or 3 gimmick tag teams. That's one of them. So.
I mean, I could just come off the top with gimmick.
I'm sure you know the other one that I know.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. I mean, if we're staying with factions, I'm gonna go with. I have them down as the family, but the D'Angelo family from NXT.
Okay.
Just the soprano gimmick that they have going on. When the one guy got released, the original third member got released, and they like put him in the trunk and threw him over. That was a funny way to do it to get rid of him. I like them. When he first showed up, I don't know, I wasn't a fan, but going into the like I said, the Sopranos type gimmick, it really I'll watch them every time they're on.
Well, I'm gonna hit up with the LWO, the original LWO.
Eddie Guerrero's LWO.
Yep, the WCW one. That had Eddie Guerrero, Psychosis, La Parka.
I always loved La Parka.
That's your boy Penta's.
Yeah, that's his. I mean, yeah.
Hector Garza, Juventud Guerrera. Like, there was some names in the luchador world in that group. But in that music. I mean, obviously we can't play that on here, but that is one of my top 10 favorite entrance musics of all time was the original LWO. Check it out. If you don't know what it is, it's just awesome.
So I don't have them down. I don't have this down. The Wolfpack. I mean, you could kind of say they're still NWO like black and white, but now that I'm thinking about it, the NWO red and black Wolfpack. Just speak music alone. How you say with music, their music is
their music
is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how Conan also got into the NWO, is through the Wolfpack. Him, Nash led it. I want to say Macho was in it. They've always switched back and forth.
Yeah, everybody was in everything.
Yeah. They always went from Hollywood to Wolfpack to Hollywood to Wolfpack, but I'm surprised. It's kind of weird I don't have that one down.
Well, I'm gonna stay in my Latino lane right now.
Oh boy.
And I'm gonna go with a more recent faction that has changed some members, but I'm talking about the NXT version of Legado del Fantasma.
I liked that group
with Santos, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. I love the pure heel Legado.
Then the way they got made too of being jumped in the parking lot and being kidnapped.
Well, NXT parking lot's the most dangerous place in the world.
Most dangerous place in the world.
Here's one because I know you probably have this somewhere on your list.
Probably.
So I'm gonna see how you take this team, this faction.
Okay.
The Elite.
I do have the Elite.
I know you do.
But if you think about it, not if you think about it, it's basically it's just everybody from the Bullet Club that came over to the Elite. But without the Elite, you don't have AEW.
So when you say the Elite, though, it's more so Kenny,
Young the Bucks, Hangman,
yeah,
Cody, somebody that I guess we can talk about because I don't know. Marty Scurll is the Elite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. It's gonna sound bad. I bought a set. It was called the Elite set. I'm trying to think of all the shirts. It was Kenny, the Young Bucks, Cody, Marty Scurll, Hangman. I think that was it. But they're basically the Elite, and I feel like without them, there is no AEW. But I do.
I'll agree with you. Yeah.
I like that. That's probably one of my top. I'm gonna stay in my WO range, and go with the Blue World Order from ECW. Naked Midian, Blue Meanie, Stevie Richards. I can't think of the fourth one. But the parody WO.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
There's always got to be that one group of ECW is always hey, it's going good somewhere else. Let's bring it over here and make fun of it somehow.
I'm down with that one. I never even thought of that.
I think that's all the WOs. I don't think you saying LWO reminded me of the Blue World Order.
We can make another WO. How about the DWO?
Dave's World Order?
Dave's World Order.
Shit. Who wants to join?
Just us. You don't have to be a Dave. You could be an honorary Dave.
You could be an honorary Dave. We have a couple of them.
So I'm going to get a little bit darker on my next pick.
Okay.
With the Ministry of Darkness.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't have them. That's a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I knew you were going to have a lot of 90s teams.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Taker. Midian.
Midian.
Farouk Bradshaw as the APA. Viscera. That was a nasty team.
Why do I feel like there was one more?
Oh,
No.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
Count him.
Yeah.
But love those guys.
That's a good one. That's a real good
Now,
one.
there was different incarnated, there was the corporate
ministry, right, when they joined with Vince
and stuff like that, but I'm just talking the pure ministry.
Yeah.
The Satan Undertaker.
Right. I'm going to stay with the dark there a little bit and go with
House of Black?
A House of Black, Hounds of Hell, because I have House of Black and I have Hounds of Hell in parentheses.
I knew that.
I don't know, man, Malachi Black, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him. I've always loved him. I loved him at NXT. I know he didn't have a crazy push in WWE. Even Buddy Matthews and Brody King, I knew a little bit of before AEW, but seeing that big man go is crazy.
Yeah.
Julia Hart, how they have her doing all the dark stuff now. I'm surprised you don't like Brody King more, because he even has a band. I'm surprised you're not a fan of his band. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
We'll have to revisit that after here. Maybe it'll change.
Maybe.
It's not that I don't like it. Maybe I just don't know a lot about it.
Right, that could be it too. I don't know. It's dumb because maybe
no.
It's
you know what
also
I think I didn't like about him is because when he came out and started talking trash on the Judgment Day.
That could be it.
And I was like, no one talks about mommy like that.
I don't like when. I mean, it also could be because I'm not a huge Breaker fan. Breaker comes out and does the barking, and I'm like, whatever. But when when Brody King and Buddy Murphy do it, I'm like, or Buddy Matthews do it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're gonna do the barking because they're the hounds of hell.
Yeah, but Breaker does it because his dad.
Because his dad, right? Because it's Steiner.
Rick's name was the dog-faced gremlin. Like,
right, I remember.
And he barked.
Yeah.
All the time. And Scott just tried to do math.
Tried to do math and never worked.
Yeah, no. Sticking in my factions, this one is pretty important, really, in the grand scheme of Attitude Era, the Corporation.
Oh, God, yeah, I would say so. I would 100% say so.
Because that was one of your biggest rivalries between them and Stone Cold.
I would say without the Corporation, you probably don't have Stone Cold. Without another thing, you don't have Stone Cold.
And, Vince, Shane, obviously, but it also gave a platform for Boss Man to when he changed his gimmick over to from the cop to the SWAT, and then Ken Shamrock, and yeah. I was just a big fan of them. Like, I hated them, but, I hated them
for a reason.
Yeah, for the reasons why I was supposed to.
You were supposed to hate them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna stay in the little dark area, and I kind of wanted to save it for you, but I'm gonna go with the Wyatt family. Ooh. The whole beginning. Even we didn't even talk about it during the rewind on Raw when they started doing all the lights, because that was during the Seth match. That was the 2-year anniversary of the last time he was on TV. Was Raw.
And that's why there was the Fireflies.
That's why I'm sitting there going, why are the Fireflies here? So for him not even to be here and that just be a thing, and you still see the Fireflies around everywhere.
I mean, unfortunately, there's 2 members of that group that aren't with us anymore.
Right. It's just I remember some of the promos they would cut just in the little shed of him on the rocking chair. His mic skills were amazing.
Yeah, and just the imposing look of Rowan and Harper too is just
standing. They don't have to do anything. Just stand there with those masks on. You're like,
it just fit. Everything fit. Even when Strowman joined, it still fit.
Some of the videos seeing him first joining, you're like, oh my god, that Strowman doesn't even really look like him. He just looks he looks weird.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to be deranged, and then now he's like a massive mountain of a man.
He really is a mountain of a man.
Tries to joke around and be goofy now. Whatever. Do your thing.
You have to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself. All right, so what do we got here?
You want to bounce the other one off of that one that I just did?
What?
Since I just did the Wyatt family.
What else am I bouncing?
You want to do the other one that's gonna go with them? If not, go ahead, man. Pick another one.
Go ahead, go.
No, go ahead.
You honestly threw me up an alley-oop, and I totally missed.
I figured because I was going to say the Wyatt family, you were going to say the Wyatt 6.
Oh. No, I wasn't.
Did you forget about the Wyatt 6?
No, I did not forget about the Wyatt 6.
The way you're looking.
It's just that we haven't really seen a lot of them.
We haven't seen a lot of them, but still, the name alone, all the little, not even vignettes, but all the little random things they would do, how you would just see a random bunny, and then people would go online, and there'd be QR codes, or there'd be the longitude and latitude of a certain place somewhere called something, and then another thing popping up. It's just everything the way they did it. You can never repeat that ever again. Maybe 50, 60 years from now when everybody forgets about it. But there's no way you can have a start like they started. No,
and I agree 100%. It's just
they haven't been around.
I love
Bo's
I love the Wyatt 6, but also it's just I every faction that came on here, I seen them work I
you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you.
I just want to see more of them. Do I love them? Yes, but I just want it to be more than just a gimmick.
Right.
I need to see where's the stories going? Is it going to lead to titles? Or is it going to lead to something else?
I don't even think they need titles.
Not that they need them, but I understand why they went after Gable, but then after that it was just
Well, I think that's also when Bo got hurt.
Yeah. So now it's just,
we're waiting for them to come back.
We
have to see what they do. Yeah, I
love them though. I mean, I do.
Right.
Remember when they debuted? We're messaging each other
my god, it was crazy.
And my daughter is obsessed with them too,
which is really weird.
Well, look at her dad.
She needs the masks.
She does need the masks. She does. I am going to. I'll stay in the dark.
Okay.
I'll stay in the dark era.
Do I have more dark ones? I don't know. I guess I do.
The Brood.
I'm just looking at something that... The Brood is a good one. The original Brood.
I
don't like the Brood 2.0. I don't know if they're called 2.0, but I don't like the newer Brood.
Gangrel, Edge, and Christian.
I didn't like it when it was Gangrel and the Hardys. No. I do have the Nation of Domination down. Now that I'm looking at longer down my list.
No, you probably just...
No, I don't, because they're in the middle. They're literally in the middle of my list.
Farouk. You know what Farouk would say to you right now?
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
No, okay, the Brood. The gang, when they would come up with the Ring of Fire,
yeah.
and then he's there with the wine glass drinking the blood.
The goblet?
Oh my god. Yeah, the goblet, not a wine glass. What am I talking about? They were scary.
Oh, yeah.
That was really
that was
good.
like the introduction of Christian.
Of Edge and Christian, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really like when it was the Hardys. I'll say that.
No, the Hardys, like, they don't do dark and mysterious and crazy.
No. Well, they do crazy.
Well, they do crazy, but dark and mysterious.
They talk a lot of crazy shit too.
Not right. I mean,
well, half of them do. But
they're more energetic. And
yeah.
Even like when they're alter egos, they were still like out there.
Yeah.
Like Broken Matt.
Broken Matt and Willow. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's. I don't know if I have any more dark.
I think I have one more dark. Weirdly enough, the Dark Order from AEW.
No, they have the name.
They have the name Dark right in it, but Brody King's group, like the way they started, they had a whole bunch of minions in masks that would come out and like before that was before I think Brody was still signed with WWE, but they were talking about like the leader and all their stuff in their leader, and then when he debuted as their leader and like messed up Cody and broke the title and stuff. That's a really good faction. I don't really like. I mean, they're kind of still there. They do a little bit in Ring of Honor, but they're mostly broken up. They were still I caught a lot of people out of there that I never would have known about.
So here's one that I know that we both have.
All right.
And you have little counters to it as well.
Oh, counters.
Well, you'll see what I mean.
All right.
Undisputed Era.
Oh, okay. I loved the Undisputed Era.
Yes.
Adam Cole debuting against Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember all that, but I can't remember, referee names.
Nope. Adam Cole, O'Reilly, Fish, Roddy Strong.
That was such a great. Their music is even great.
And to go with what you were saying, now they
are the Undisputed Kingdom, because technically before
same people
except for Bobby Fish, and it's also added two of Cole's other friends. And I'm blanking on their names, and I even met one of them, which is terrible. Mike, who's Maria's husband?
Canella?
Yeah, but is it Kanellis, or was that her name?
That was her name.
So it's not Kanellis.
Oh, yeah, what is it? Mike?
Because before to go along with the Undisputed Era, to go along with the Undisputed Kingdom, before both of that, it was the Kingdom. It was Adam Cole. It was... this is terrible. It was Adam Cole. It was...
If anybody's thirsty, you can get up and go for a drink right now. Possibly a snack, maybe.
While you're getting a drink, you know what? You should drink Prime. I'm going to do it every episode till we're sponsored. I don't care. And I know we're never going to get it, so it's going to be every episode. Every episode.
I smelled Logan Paul on your upper lip.
That's fine. Maybe his wife was there, too.
Jesus. All right. So you know what? Well, while you're thinking...
I'm not going to think.
With that light show.
Somebody's going to... I know somebody's going to be able to put it down in the comments below.
Does he even know how to type?
Probably not, because he always tells us what it is.
Yeah. So I'm going to go... this is about a little bit of your era.
Ooh.
I'm going... How about Team Canada?
Oh, from TNA?
Yep.
Eric Young, Scott D'Amore, Bobby Roode.
Petey Williams.
Yep. Before he was... Oh, what was his Big Papa Pump name? Was it Big Petey Pump, I think he was, when he went with Scott Steiner?
Like that.
That's a good one. I was going to put that one down. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Who was... To go off of that, because they would always face Team Canada, America's Most Wanted. Because then later on they joined Team Canada.
Mm-hmm.
America's Most Wanted of James Storm and the other guy that fell off that nobody ever remembers. Now that I can't even remember, because I don't have that team written down, shockingly. I knew this was going to happen. I knew as soon as one of us said one, the other one was going to think of more.
Yeah.
That's why
that always happens.
That's why this episode was going to be 4 days long.
That always happens. So, well, you're attempting to think. How about we go back in time a little bit to the Attitude area? Attitude area. Wow.
Super Mario Brothers? Oh yeah, that was a cool tag team.
Toad.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Toad. He's so adorable. His head looks like a mushroom. Attitude area when they had the gang wars.
You did it again.
No, Attitude area.
Era.
I think era. Whatever. Oh my God. Obviously, we're not a great tag team.
Nia Jax.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it.
I know. As long as you remember her name.
I'm just gonna call her Jax from now on.
She might. Damn, listen, if the old regime was there, she might have been Jax by now.
Anyways, a team from the Gang Wars Attitude Era type thing. We have the Los Boricuas. Do you remember those guys?
No.
You don't remember the Los Boricuas?
Not at all.
It was a group led by Savio Vega. There was 3 other guys: Miguel Perez, Jesus Castillo, and Jose Estrada.
Nope.
You don't remember them guys?
Not at all.
So back in that era, there was factions everywhere.
There really was.
If
you weren't in a faction, you literally weren't arrested.
So I already had 3 of the factions in that era already: Nation of Domination, the Heart Foundation, DX. These were another group.
I don't remember them.
So
literally at all.
To add on to the Las Boricuas, we're also going to go with the other group of that era. Let's see if you remember these guys. DOA.
I'm a fake fan.
Disciples of Apocalypse. Do you remember them?
Was it not just the APA?
No.
No.
DOA.
No.
You don't remember these guys?
No.
Alright, so it was a 4-man group. They were a biker gang, actually. Do you remember Crush?
I remember, yeah.
He was the leader. Crush was the leader.
Crush from Demolition?
No. Crush. He was in the early 90s. He was a wrestler. Big jacked up guy.
Long blonde hair? I'm thinking
of brown hair.
I'm thinking of the dude from NWO, I think. I'm thinking of the Disciple from NWO, because he was a biker.
Then you got Brian Lee, who was the Disciple. There you go.
Okay.
He was Chains. And then the Harris brothers, I don't know much about those, but they were 8-Ball and Skull. That was another group.
Nah.
So you had them, the Los Boricuas, Heart Foundation, Nation of Domination, and DX. That's why it was called Gang Wars. That's what got me into factions and wrestling.
I'm not gonna lie, when we're done, I might look up a video just on WWE like Gang Wars and see if there's a thing.
I'm telling you, that got me into factions. 100%.
That's interesting.
You would see these guys and you would know exactly what it was. Hopefully.
Probably.
There were, after seeing that, like, every time a faction came along, I was like, oh my god, I love it. I love it. But
I'm going to go with one that I should have added in before because it's technically a branch of the Undisputed Era. Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. The Ring of Honor tag team.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what started it. Them and the Kingdom, and then that's when they got together and everybody joined up. And I'm still really mad I can't remember those other 2 names.
That's a good one.
I'll remember it next week when we're sitting here.
Alright, so I'm going to have to go with NXT versions of Imperium.
I knew you were going to put that version down. I don't have Imperium. I'm not a big Imperium fan. I knew you were going to talk about them. It was going to be the NXT version. You like the 4-man.
I like the 4-man team when you had Kaiser, Vinci, Gunther, and Alexander Wolf. I think that was the perfect pairing. One of my favorites.
To stick with, since we're still doing factions, I'm going to go with a newer one, even though they're not around right now. The Blackpool Combat Club. William Regal, Bryan Danielson, Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli.
That's a
who's
who of wrestlers right there. Yeah, that's
really,
insane.
It really is. And, I mean, all you got to do is take out William Regal because he left for WWE and Daniel Bryan kind of retired. Now they're just the Death Riders. Which, that's still, when you hear that name, you're like, oh man. Like,
so they evolved.
They basically evolved. Yeah, they're
Speaking of evolving.
They're Pokemon. Oh
no,
my.
Speaking of evolving.
Here we go. The team that I don't have down that you almost threw me out the car for.
I heard that evolution is a mystery. How about you?
It really is. You know what's really random?
What?
I was at Target the other day.
That you just ruined my perfect transition?
That's fine. I was at Target the other day. There's an Evolution 3-pack. Ric Flair's not.
I saw that.
Ric Flair's not in it.
Well, that's because he's not in the company. And he's probably drunk somewhere.
Probably drunk somewhere. I don't even think. Well, no, it was announced when he was in AEW. So maybe they couldn't hold.
You don't remember this, but when they announced that 3-pack, you were complaining to me.
I remember, and I kind of forgot about it. And then I saw it at Target the other day, and I was like, because if it was the 4 of them, maybe I would get it because it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. Which my transition into your transition leads into this transition of my next faction is Evolution. You got nothing to say about it? I was just giving you, like...
Go ahead.
No? Oh well, he wouldn't have anything to say about Evolution.
Why wouldn't I?
Because he didn't put anything on. He didn't put Evolution on his list.
I didn't. I knew you were gonna, because you're a bigger fan than me.
Dude, Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton.
I know.
They literally, arguably, could be up there with the best factions of all time. Two megastars in Triple H and Ric Flair, creating two megastars of later, Batista and Orton.
I can see it.
The world titles between all of them combined, we don't have enough fingers on both of our hands to count.
Over 30.
Gotta be.
be.
Flair's at what? 16
Flair's at
himself?
16. Hunter's at 14.
Yeah.
Orton's right there at 14 or 15.
I mean,
Jesus Christ, it's probably over 40.
There's not much you could say about them. It's just
No.
one of the GOAT. And they did exactly what a faction's supposed to do. Get people to the next level.
Put two younger guys, two newer guys over.
So I'm gonna piggyback off this one.
That's fine, because I think everything else is a tag team for me. I don't think I have any more factions.
So I'm gonna go with we just spoke about Ric Flair. I'm gonna talk about another one that Ric Flair was in.
The Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen. Now there's a bunch of different members that was in the Four Horsemen.
That's another one alone we can do an episode on.
But right from the rip, we had Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ollie Anderson, Tully Blanchard. J.J. Dillon as the manager. That was really the initial start.
That was the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
I think if you said to any older wrestling fan, that's the Four Horsemen, they would say.
There was a lot of people that went in it, man.
There was so many.
There was the wrestler we do not talk about.
I was just gonna say, wasn't he in it?
Psycho Sid was in it. Steve Mongo McMichael was in it.
Oh yeah.
I think Dean Malenko was in it.
Dean Malenko was in it with the other guy.
So yeah, that's all right. So if you're out of factions,
I'm pretty sure I'm out of factions.
I got four more.
Yeah, I don't consider that one a faction. Go ahead.
4 more. One you're gonna get mad about.
Oh boy.
So Fabulous Freebirds.
Okay.
Come on, man. The Freebird rule.
The Freebird rule. The New Day rule.
Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, Terry Gordy, and Jimmy Garvin. There was only always 3 in the group, but they switched out once in a while.
I mean, they're basically,
They were like one of the originators of the showboating, cocky type. Because, the Horsemen were about money.
You said Michael Hayes was in it?
Yeah.
I thought you said Michael Hayes. I wasn't sure.
Oh, I could have said Michael P.S. Hayes.
I probably would have. What the hell did PS stand for?
Oh, God. There's our clip. There you go.
There it is.
There's our YouTube short. Loving it. Okay. Gallus.
I forgot about them.
I know.
You know what's weird?
I know they're a newer team, but I really love how they work. They work like old school wrestlers. They remind me of like a FTR type of wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? But
I hope you have them on here. I didn't put them down because I think you would.
I have them on my tag team, buddy.
I figured you did.
So Gallus, you got Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. I'm just a big fan of that group.
You know what's weird? Joe Coffey's on the commercial for Evolve.
Really?
Yeah, it's really quick. He comes out. I'm like, why is he on there? Maybe as a coach because he coached The Rock.
Maybe. So 2 more. We got 1. I'm surprised you didn't say this. Main Event Mafia.
I didn't say the Main Event Mafia. They
didn't.
were a good one too.
Yeah.
A lot of legends there.
Oh my God.
A lot of legends there.
Nash, Angle, Booker T, Steiner, Sting, just to name a few.
I think they brought Samoa Joe in near the end too. They made their own belt. Like they made a Legends belt, and it was like, if you're not a Hall of Famer, you can't do this.
So this last one.
Is this the one that's gonna?
No. The Main Event Mafia should have made you mad because you didn't think of it.
I'm surprised. I'm really mad.
Yeah.
That really does make me a little tight.
This one, I don't remember fully, obviously, because it's before my time.
Shit.
But I do remember seeing, what would it be, matches or feuds and everything, and Heenan was always involved in them. And then once I started digging deeper and realizing that Heenan called his group the Heenan family. So he had a faction of people, the Heenan family. Yeah. And I thought this was very interesting to throw in there because here's some of the names, right? Andre the Giant, Hercules, Harley Race, Big John Studd, King Kong Bundy,
Jesus
Christ. Haku.
I have a
First of all, if I
Right.
didn't put them in there, Haku would kill me.
I have a Greatest Factions on DVD, and they're on it.
Yeah.
I forgot about them. There's another one that I'm just remembering now from that we both forgot about. If
What?
that's your last faction.
That's my last faction. That I
Okay,
have, yeah.
so there's one that we both forgot about that I'm kind of ashamed.
What's that?
The Dangerous Alliance.
See, I saw that, but I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Heyman and Stone Cold. What do you mean?
It was Stunning Steve Austin. It wasn't Stone Cold as we know
alright,
it.
It was. Oh, he had hair. Yeah, blonde and had hair.
Yeah.
But that's just one I thought of when you said that. I don't know
But don't
why
forget,
you're saying that.
Don't fret, my pet.
Oh my god.
Stunning Steve makes an appearance on my tag team.
Good, because I have the one I'm going to bounce off of that one when you say that one.
Alright.
Are we on the tag teams now?
Oh, we're on to strictly tag teams now.
So the first one I have, because I technically had the Dudleys first, but they were more of a family. Edge and Christian.
I have them as well.
Oh, because obviously, and then when you say Edge and Christian, you got to say the Dudleys, you got to say the Hardys.
Yes.
You're always they're always going to be inseparable. As soon as you say one, they're TLC matches. The stuff they did with Kurt Angle, when they would give Angle the signs, and on the back it would say the opposite of whatever he was saying.
Oh yeah, they were. Even from the Brood days all the way on until they split
Yeah.
up and they've always been a tag team. So
Always been a tag team.
and they never had a name.
No, they really haven't. I'm waiting for, hopefully, when they're both close to being done, they just do a quick little together in AEW. They don't even have to win the titles. Just come back for a quick little tag team. What was the 5 seconds of fame? Is that what it was when they would turn around?
Yeah, the 5-second pose.
For those with flash photography.
Yeah. For those with the benefits.
Yeah.
Of flash photography. So you said about that, and when you say Edge and Christian, you have to say the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys.
Right.
So I bet we both have those guys as well.
I didn't put the Hardys because I'm not.
You have this vendetta against Jeff Hardy.
Jeff
now.
Hardy.
I don't even.
Kiss my ass.
The Dudleys, we already went over a little bit in the factions area, but one of the GOAT tag teams of all time. 100%.
They really are, yeah.
100%. When I thought about this, obviously we brought it up with the Bloodline, but one of my favorite tag teams of all time, the Usos.
The Usos, you have to have.
Has to be.
Has to be the Usos.
Just
we did talk about a little with the Bloodline, but come on.
the way they evolved over the years. They came in all serious with Tamina. And then they went to the face paint and doing the...
I must say, not a lot of people were. I was a fan of the face paint era. When they would come out and do the... I can't think what it's called, and I feel really bad. When they would come out and do the Polynesian dance.
Yeah.
I liked that. I was like, oh man, that's really cool.
No, I like that. I really didn't like their music that much.
I can't remember it. I remember them doing the chant in the beginning and then the music coming.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of music.
the Uso Penitentiary? Come on.
The rap battle with New Day?
Oh, the rap battle with Cena? To bounce off of the Usos, I'm going to go with the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. Bullet Club, Bloodline, another Samoan group. I didn't really know about them until they joined the Bullet Club in New Japan, but watching them, even seeing them now, yeah, Tongaloa's hurt, but Tama Tonga, holy shit, some of the stuff they can do.
Oh god, yeah.
That was the first, besides Bullet Club, that was the first off shoot. I don't want to say off brand because it's not off brand, but that was the first side Bullet Club shirt I got was a Girls of Destiny one.
So I'm gonna go back in time a little bit, like I usually do. Mm-hmm. I kick it back. I'm gonna go the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
I knew you were gonna have them.
Hawk and Animal. When it comes to pure wrestling ability, not much was there. When it came to beating people the hell up,
oh Jesus!
that's all they did.
That's all they did. That's all they knew how to do. That's all they had to do.
Such an imposing tag team, but I mean, it gotta be one of my favorites of all time. Easy.
I'm gonna go with an older one. I could have brought them up before because we already talked about the two people in other groups. TNA's Beer Money, Bobby Roode and James Storm.
I have Beer Money.
Beer Money. They would come down on the Electric's cooler. Mm-hmm. That was a fun group. And they had a little bit. They weren't called Beer Money because James Storm. I remember James Storm being in NXT for a month, and they did a team up. I don't think they were called Beer Money, but I remember them being a tag team.
Yeah.
He was only there.
And then he just
maybe,
disappeared.
He just disappeared. He was only. I don't think he was signed. I think he was just there. I think he might have been a free agent maybe at the time.
So I'm gonna stick with being stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm gonna go Steiner Brothers.
I knew they were coming up. You have to have the Steiner brothers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you see Scott's kid might be coming?
Oh, the one that he's a football player.
Yeah,
now
there's a tease of him coming to WWE
for Jacksonville State. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with another older group. We kind of talked about them before, but they were on their own before joining the New Age Outlaws. Mm-hmm. The match they had against Mick Foley and not Mick Foley, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie.
Yeah.
Where they put them both in the trash can. That pretty much set them up. And then joining. All you got to say is the joining DX. Now Road Dogg. We should have had in the news. Road Dogg's on the writing team now for SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. I have them as well. I agree. They're one of my favorite teams. I'm still in the future or the past.
You're in the future?
I'm in the future. Yeah. No. I'm gonna roll with Demolition. We talked about them in the other episode because there's rumors that might be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. It's just the weird ass leather outfits and the face paint.
The Kiss style face paint.
Yeah. I just always liked them. Always.
They were the first set of Hasbro figures I had back in the day.
Were they the all plastic, the hard plastic ones?
Yeah.
I had those.
Where you were would do I remember them, and I remember I had Brutus the Barber Beefcake because he had where he had the spring inside where he would sprint down and do it off the top rope. I didn't have a lot. I had the Hogan, but I remember they were the first ones. They were one of the first ones that I had. I'm gonna go with. I mean, we've talked about the team multiple times already, but not on their own. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, the stuff they do, the stuff they did. With I watched Being the Elite years before AEW was a thing. Adam Cole brought me into Ring of Honor, took me to New Japan. They were the ones that got me out there beyond WWE, WCW, TNA. Without the Young Bucks, I don't think I would know indies. I wouldn't know a lot of that kind of stuff. I'd be strictly I don't want to say mainstream because a lot of it now is mainstream, but I'd strictly be the big two, big three.
Well, we should have did our Valentine's Day episode on you and the Young Bucks.
You should have. I probably could have did it all by myself, just on.
Trust me, I don't want to be in the room when you do that one.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm going further back in time now. I'm loving this.
You really are.
Time travel.
You really are.
Right? How about the Rock and Roll Express?
You said The Rock. I was waiting for another team. The Rock. That's a good one.
Yep. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
I mean, they're still doing stuff now.
I know, but still, back then, innovators of tag team wrestling and everything. So,
I'm gonna go with the team. I know you don't have this one. And it's a little offshoot. The Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. They always had.
That's actually a really good choice.
They didn't have feuds, but they always had stuff against the Young Bucks. They always had stuff with... Because, I mean, then later on they joined the Young Bucks and they were the Golden Elite, but Omega and Ibushi had amazing tag matches. He was in a... They don't call it... What do they call it? Oh, he was in the Blood and Guts match, because I'm not allowed to call it the other word, because WWE owns it, but not a lot of people know about Ibushi, and some of the stuff he does is amazing.
That's a very good choice. I'm gonna go with the Midnight Express. Look at me.
Look at you. You're staying back there, aren't you?
Look at me. I ain't even coming back.
You're staying back there. Shit.
I just ordered some bell bottoms online. I'm staying there.
Oh, like the ones that Kendrick was wearing?
Yeah. Yeah, they not like us.
No, they really not.
I just don't mess with A minor, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. Once again, I'm a big tag team guy. So what I love the most, I wanted to see where it became popular, where it, I don't want to say originated, but what made it mainstream and fun and cool, and that's another team that did exactly that.
I just found another faction in my list here.
What's that?
The Full-Blooded Italians. The original D'Angelo family.
Oh, the FBI?
The FBI from ECW. Nunzio.
You put Nunzio on any list, I'm not taking it seriously.
He's still technically, I think it's an Impact now. He brought them back. It's Nunzio. It's, you're gonna roll your eyes, but it's J-Lo's husband from Jersey Shore. Like, he's in it now. I knew that was coming. I can't think of who else was in it, but like, those are the other ones of like, hey, you don't want to mess with the FBI. Like,
well, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to.
That's
but
fine.
I'm gonna go right into my next one.
Cut me off.
The Rockers.
Oh, you're staying back there, man.
Shawn Michaels.
Shit.
Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Oh, me and you.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm the Heartbreak Kid.
No, you are not. Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's why you answer to Marty on the radio sometimes.
Yeah. No, I don't answer to nothing except for the Visionary.
Oh, my God.
Or the Revolutionary.
So I'm going to bring out a team. They're not around. They should come back. The Acclaimed.
Yep.
I loved watching the Acclaimed coming out, doing the raps of whoever they were against. they made scissoring almost mainstream thing. Like,
I don't know if they made it a mainstream thing or not, to be honest with you.
well, I mean, I don't know if that's mainstream the other way, but you know.
There's a certain group of people that I feel like made scissoring a little more.
Yeah, but you can't just turn TBS on and go, hey, look at him scissoring.
Can you imagine an episode of Full House? Arts and Crafts Day. We're gonna go over scissoring, folks.
Oh my God.
Jeez. All right. Let's see here. Am I still staying in the past? I am. You know what? Let's go here. The Wild Samoans.
I was waiting for them to pop up.
Afa and Sika. Yep.
There's not much more you can say about that.
No, I mean, we're staying along the bloodline thing, but they were strictly a tag team, and they were just beating people up like it was their job.
I mean,
which it was their job, technically.
Very scary. I would never want to go against any Samoan. I'm going to go with one of our... I'm pretty sure you've got to have them on here. One of our favorite tag teams, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I absolutely love that more people can see them now that they're in WWE, but their TNA runs against Beer Money, against Bad Influence, against all the other teams there, was against LAX. That was just they're an amazing team for the things they can do. Even beforehand, when Alex Shelley would come out with the microphone, or not the microphone, the video camera, and he would set the video camera up to record his own matches and stuff. It was really good.
That's a good pick. That is a good pick. So let's see here. Let's just stay. We don't need current.
I got a lot of current. Don't worry, you can stay. You can stay back.
I can stay in the past.
You can stay in the past for a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, so these guys weren't necessarily the greatest technical wrestlers in the world, but when I remember seeing them, I was like, I'm scared of these two. The Natural Disasters.
Oh, Typhoon and
Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Yeah. Massive men.
For the longest time, I thought it was the same person until they were a tag team. I was a little kid. Leave me alone.
They literally made like some of the big guys now look like tiny.
They look like nothing. Yeah.
But no, they make Bronson Reed look tiny.
I was just gonna say him. Isn't that something?
But no, I'm always a huge fan. I always loved them. And Earthquake, behind the scenes was literally known as one of the greatest people in wrestling back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody loved that guy.
I'm going to go with a recent departure from WWE, the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows.
Good choice.
You know, our boy Festus there. That's another faction we don't have in here. The Straight Edge Society.
Or Jesse and Festus?
Jesse and Festus! Oh my God, why don't we have that tag team in here either?
Biscuits and Gravy.
Biscuits and Gravy! I don't know why, man. That was... Like, I love Luke Gallows, but him as Festus was great. It sucks that they got released again for like the third time.
So I'm going to hit you up with a little bit of something that's stunning.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be the Hollywood Blondes. Stunning Steve Austin and Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman, huh?
Flying Brian Pillman.
Flying Brian Pillman.
Yes, sir.
That was really good. Yo, watching that breakup with like Austin going to his house and him just sitting there with the gun. That was crazy.
I love how like they were both these like pretty boy Hollywood blondes.
And they both turned psychotic.
Yeah. Like Pillman was psycho and Stone Cold just beat up everybody.
To bounce off of that one, I'm gonna go with Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison, the Varsity Blondes from AEW. Taking their dad's name, he looks just not now. Now he's got the brother, brother goatee going on.
Yeah, look, he has a ludicrous beard going on.
But back when he was in AEW, he looked like his dad, and it's amazing to see what he's doing.
I did have the Horror Foundation down, but to be honest, I covered them on the factions. But right. I just meant when Brett and Anvil were a team way before everybody else got there. I'm gonna go with the Blackjacks. Blackjack Mulligan and Blackjack Lanza. Just an old...
Blackjack. I remember Blackjack Mulligan.
Old school tag team.
I don't know if I know Blackjack Lanza.
Cowboys who just came to fight, and that's it. That was the kid. You know what? If you want to look at like the APA... That was like not the Ministry. Not Ministry APA.
Just the better APA.
Drinking and gambling and
funnier APA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a funnier type version of what they were. They just showed up and wanted to fight.
Because you said them, I'm going to talk about the APA. Bradshaw, Farouk and Bradshaw.
All right.
I liked them as the acolytes in the Ministry, but when they were on their own and they just had the door up, playing poker, smoking cigars, And if you didn't knock on the fake door and open the door, if you walked around the door, they ignored you. They just said, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing in here?" That was some of the funniest things they ever did. To see that Bradshaw and to see JBL, you would not think that's the same person.
Oh, 100%.
There's no ever if you show that to somebody that's not a wrestling fan, you'd be like they're related or they're friends or something, and you say that's the same person, and they would not believe that at all.
So you want to know where I'm going next?
Yeah, where are you going? Where you staying back there?
I'm staying back in the past, buddy.
Okay.
All right, we got the British Bulldogs
Davey Boy Smith
and Dynamite Kid.
Oh, I forgot about Dynamite Kid.
Yep.
His kid took his name and he's wrestling with it now.
Really?
Yeah. I think he was just at that Australia show.
I mean, I know Dynamite Kid had a bunch of demons going on.
I remember watching that
ring,
I remember that Dark Side of the Ring episode that he had.
He's widely regarded as probably one of the greatest in-ring competitors of all time, and that was a good tag team, man. They had.
I remember that. I'm gonna stay a little recent. I mean, a little further back. It's technically two teams, just different names. The MSK or the Rascals.
Okay.
MSK
like
when they were in TNA, when they were in NXT, and then the Rascals in TNA.
Yeah.
That was when MSK first showed up, Wesley and oh man, I can't think of the other one's name. When they first showed up in NXT and won the titles right off the bat in that tournament, that was really good. That was really great.
I'm gonna hit you with something that you probably forgot of, but it's not too far in the past.
Okay.
I'm coming back sooner now.
Okay.
I'm making my way back slowly.
All right.
World's Greatest Tag Team.
I have them.
You have them.
I don't have Team Angle, but I have the World's Greatest Tag Team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
Oh, yep.
Because I love Charlie Haas, man. I don't know what it is about him, but I'm a Charlie Haas fan.
I like both of them. Both of them. If we're staying, since we both have those, if we're staying current, I'm back in real time now.
Okay.
All right.
Hi.
Howdy. Spending too much time with the Blackjacks. You know what I mean? Street Profits.
Okay, you like Street Profits a lot.
I love Street Profits.
Yeah.
Big Street
I'm
Profits.
I was NXT Street Profits more than mainstream Street Profits. I shouldn't say mainstream. I mean, it's all mainstream now, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in the past a little bit.
You even have that ability?
The Outsiders, Hall and Nash.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That brought on how much the war, 83 weeks. That was basically the beginning of NWO.
Yeah.
The Outsiders are up there.
I'm gonna go back a little, not too far. Not too far. As I bring up the Bar.
I knew you were gonna have the Bar on there. We don't just set the bar; we are the Bar.
Sheamus and Cesaro. That was what? Oh.
That was Mick Foley's just like, you know what, you guys are doing the best of 7, and then they're like, you know what, you're becoming a tag team.
It just worked.
Yeah,
it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
I think I'm gonna stay in the past a little bit, back there with the Outsiders era. Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray.
I do have Harlem Heat. Yeah. Yeah.
Booker T and Stevie Ray. I remember, I don't know what it was, but Booker T's finisher off the top when he spun into the leg drop like that.
Harlem Hangover.
That was always one of my finishes in the game. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
I loved the Harlem Hangover.
Well, it was a signature to me.
Yeah. No, I didn't use it as a finisher, but I had it as a signature, one of those. Yeah, that's a good one.
I always needed that, and I always needed the Frog Splash, Eddie Guerrero's.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero's Frog Splash.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Nobody else's.
No. Unless you had the metal plate, then you can go D-Lo. Eddie Guerrero's
RVD
specifically.
No. Had to be Eddie's.
Had to be Eddie's.
Here's one that didn't have a huge run, but they had a team name, so it had to mean something, right?
All right.
Rated RKO.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't have that one, shockingly.
Edge and Orton.
I liked that one.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact about that one, when they brought out DX, that was the Young Bucks. When they had the feud with DX going on, and they brought the fake DX out, it was Matt and Nick Jackson.
What was it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I don't remember where I saw that. Maybe it was on BTE or something they talked about it, but I remember seeing something, and I was like, I didn't know that back then.
That's interesting.
I'm going to go with the current World Tag Team Champs, DIY.
Yeah, I got
Gargano and Ciampa.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them, but they're a really good team. Even when they're feuding, they have some of the best matches.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. Stay pretty recent, and I'm gonna bring up Pretty Deadly. How about that one?
As soon as you said pretty, I went, here we go. I know who's coming.
I'm just transitioning like a champion.
You
right
really
now.
are.
I love the gimmick.
And
there's nothing else like that.
You love the yes, boy.
Yeah. And do you have a problem with that?
No, because I know your closet's full of the kind of shirts that they wear. Seth should be their leader. They all wear outlandish outfits.
You know who Cena's leader should be? The unemployment office, because he sucks.
Here we go.
How about that?
Here we go.
How about that?
I'm going to go with an older tag team, a TNA tag team. Okay. LAX, Homicide and Hernandez.
Okay.
Super Mex.
I was upset that I didn't have that on my list.
The stuff that Super Mex did back then when he would just launch people from one side of the ring to the other, some of the stuff he did was crazy. I didn't want to mess with them at all.
How about we bring up the Guns?
How about we bring up the Guns?
Yeah.
I don't have them, shockingly.
I do.
I don't know why I don't.
And that's even more shocking.
I don't know why I don't.
You're the AEW guy.
I am. Austin and Cole. I don't know why, man. I love the Guns.
Yeah, and they would still be where they are if it wasn't for their dad.
Oh,
maybe just a different name.
100%.
But still, they're...
I know I said it, I think when we talked about it, like last week or 2 weeks or whatever, when they came out with the Many Men for their theme in New York.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was great.
So I got to say this one, if we're staying on the same lane, FTR.
I knew you were coming. I didn't put FTR down. I knew you were putting FTR down.
Because you're not the biggest fan of FTR.
I'm not really.
I am.
Yeah.
Even when they were the Revival.
The Revival.
Loved it.
I remember when they were feuding with the Usos, and you used to put the anti-itch stuff in there, the itching. They were taping them showering. Yeah, I think that's right. When they were about the Revival was like, "No, we're not doing this no more."
Yeah.
To go off of the Guns, I just thought of another faction, the Golden Elite, not the Golden Elite, the Bullet Club Gold, the Guns, Jay White, and Tony. Why can't I think of Tony Storm's man's name?
Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson, who's crazy. It's like some of the stuff he does is crazy. Mm-hmm. That's another good one too, though.
And he was in WWE.
He was in WWE. He had like dreads in NXT.
Yeah, that hippie gimmick. Yeah.
The hell was his name? Because so was Sami Callihan. He was around the same time Sami Callihan was in there.
Sami Callihan had that like hacker gimmick.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Some of the stuff he does now is crazy.
How about the War Raiders?
How about the War Raiders? War Machine, War Raiders.
Love them.
Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm going to go with a team, 3 different names over 3 different companies. Bad Influence, SoCal Uncensored, and The Addiction. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian. And then later on, when they were SoCal Uncensored, they added... Oh my God, now I can't... I just had his name and now I just blanked it. Scorpio Sky. They were always... Kazarian and Daniels... Whether they were like DIY, like when they were feuding with each other, or when they were team, they always had amazing stuff going on.
No, that's a good shot. That's a good pick. That is a very good pick. How about this one? Even though they're not together right now, but they were for the longest time. The Lucha Bros.
Yeah, damn! You gotta love the Lucha. You have to love the Lucha Bros.
I was gonna say, why haven't you?
Because I was gonna say it first because I had the shirt on.
I was about to chop you.
You have to love the Lucha Bros. I'm waiting for Rey Fenix, man. When he comes and he needs to stay for a little bit so Penta can do his single stuff. But when they come back as the Lucha Bros, that's going to be a good one.
How about this one? Since we brought up something depressing before with the Wyatt family.
Oh, you're going to bring up another depressing one?
Yes, I am. And you know what?
You're going to bring up my next one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well,
the Briscoes.
Yep.
Mark and Jay Briscoe.
Yeah.
That I still can't believe that.
Me neither. But... as a tag team,
they
got to be one of the best of all time.
They were one of the best of all time. Some of the matches, even before, right before the passing, the matches they had dog collar matches, the tag team dog collar match at FTR, and it was amazing. That's one of the ones that I still can't believe that passing.
So I have another one, and this might be my last one of actual tag teams.
Okay.
Eminem. I used to love Eminem.
Mercury Nitro Molina.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of that group when they were.
That's a good one. That's a good pull. I'm gonna go with this one, and me saying this is probably gonna make you say another team. Original American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Ooh. That was my Chad Gable. That's the Gable that I liked. Ready, Willing, and Gable when he had the towel.
Okay.
That was.
See, personally, I like American Made right now. I like the Creed brothers.
Wasn't there also an American Alpha like 2.0? I want to say after Jordan got injured, Gable had somebody else, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember anybody else, to be honest.
Maybe it was an American Alpha, but there was somebody between Even like Alpha Academy, he was teaming with somebody before he was Shorty G.
Talking about terrible gimmicks.
Remember. Yeah, that's probably an episode.
So what I want to do right now is, we've spoken about this in other videos, that the history of women's wrestling hasn't necessarily been as long as men's.
No.
I mean, women have been in wrestling.
Right.
But showcased as actual talent rather than just a valet or a manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I jotted down a couple women's tag teams.
Okay.
And I want to bring up a faction as well.
I've got 2 factions in my head right now.
Damage Control has to be number 1.
Oh shit, that's not one of the 2 I had. But yes, Damage Control.
Really?
Yeah.
Damage Control, you had Bailey, Io Sky, Asuka, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
The level of wrestlers in that group.
God.
Oh my god, that's insane.
That's a really good one.
Just to throw down a couple more women's tag team names, Chelsea and Piper. Love them.
Of course.
Of course. Do you want me to get the manager?
you like the president security gimmick they're doing now?
Chelsea does no wrong.
Okay, all right. No,
you're not going to like this one, but I do like these guys as a team.
Okay. Oh, I know who you're going to say.
Bianca and Cargill.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either one.
Also, Raquel and Liv.
Okay.
I love how they're pushing those two. And Chance and Carter. I've always loved those.
I love them too. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
The Riot Squad.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is.
Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane. That was a good one too. That I feel like that was Mandy Rose's big push. She was on the main roster. She was doing stuff with Sonya Deville, but I feel like when she went down to NXT and made that group, that was her big push.
Yeah. And obviously we can't go too far back in time with this stuff because really, it was only prevalent recently, but I did want to make sure we're going through some of our favorite tag teams and factions that we did add.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is fake because I just thought of another female tag team, but we're not going to talk about them.
What is it?
The Lesbians. You don't remember them? Eric Bischoff?
Oh my god.
But thinking of them just made me think of another good group. 3 Minute Warning. Rosie and Jamal.
Ooh, that is a good
How did neither one of us think of Rosie and Jamal?
Because we literally put the bloodline.
You're right. So technically we did think of them.
That covers everything.
Technically we did think of them.
Yeah, we didn't want to leave the women out though.
No.
Just because they didn't get showcased as much in the past.
Right.
Now they are, and like we said earlier, man, they're killing it lately.
They really are.
Absolutely killing it.
They're really killing it. So next, I'm going to go with, because you said Chelsea, I'm going to go with the Major Brothers. ECW, Hawkins and Ryder.
Really?
Edgeheads. Yeah, I liked them as the Major Brothers more than I did the Edgeheads.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to go with one that we couldn't think of a couple weeks ago. Hit Row.
Oh.
The original Hit Row. Swerve's Hit Row, though. Not when Swerve wasn't in it. That Hit Row. Do you have any more? You out?
No, I'm out, actually.
So I've got, I'm going to go back in the day where you were. Too Cool. How can we forget about Too Cool? And that's like a faction, actually, too.
Technically, it is a faction.
But Too Cool. Come on. Scotty Too Hottie, Grandmaster Sexay.
Besides Rikishi, they kind of are forgettable. To be honest. No offense. Rest in peace, Brian Christopher.
I'm surprised you don't have this down because you made this team. You're known for making this team. A-Town Down Under. You didn't say your own team. Your own team you didn't say. A-Town Down Under.
Well, you forgot AEW stuff.
I did forget AEW stuff. Speaking of AEW, I'm going to go. They were known as Proud and Powerful, the Dead Presidents, Santana and Ortiz.
Okay.
Some of the stuff they did when they were going against the Lucha Brothers, the Young Bucks, some of that was crazy.
The Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers. Oh my god, I'm going to forget about the...
Yeah, that's how I'm going to walk around from now on.
I'm going to forget about the Bushwhackers. Crime Time. And then if you want to make the faction, you can make the CTC. Crime Time C Nation.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. When they messed up JBL's limo.
One good person out of that whole group, and that was Shad.
Cena.
Shad is a hero.
Shad is a hero. 100% a hero. I think that's all I have. I think that's the end of my...
I ran out before you did?
I think that's the end of my list as well. Yeah.
Wow. You know what we forgot?
But obviously, we're sitting here thinking of more teams.
You know what we forgot?
We didn't say the Head Shrinkers.
We also didn't say the Van Eriks.
We didn't.
No.
You have to watch that movie.
I do.
That's a good movie.
But that's another.
You know what's another faction I'm just remembering? The Samoan Hit Squad.
Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. See, this is what happens. I knew this was gonna happen though. I knew you were gonna say one, which is gonna make me think of one, because that's what we always do. We always do that. Because you didn't even say, like, well, I mean, I don't know if you're an American-made fan. I know you're a Chad Gable fan.
I love Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I'm ready, willing, and Gable.
I'm telling you, man. That was him and Jason Jordan before Jason Jordan became Kurt Angle's kid.
Terrible.
That was my
terrible storyline.
It should have been Gable. It
How
just
about
makes more
it should have been
sense.
Shane, because that was a stupid storyline.
It should have been Shane.
Because he is Vince's kid.
Angle's kid.
Angle's kid. Oh, my bad.
I didn't say the Hornswoggle.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's stupid. Why do you gotta do the kid thing?
That is kind of stupid. I feel like every couple of years it just comes back.
Who is this illegitimate child? I don't like it.
I'm surprised. In a couple of years it'll be another thing. Just watch.
Probably.
So is there any teams that we didn't say that you guys like? Obviously we had together probably close to 100 teams. Probably. Maybe. Because you said you had 60-something, I had 50-something, but obviously a majority of them we had together, but yeah. We had to have near 100.
I remember all the good ones.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to think that way.
Don't know why. Just happens from time to time.
I'm trying to think if there's any more off the list that I can't think of any right now. I know there's some that we forgot. I know you guys want to put them down below. Because if you tell us in person, we're not going to pay attention. You got to put in the comment.
Kind of like how anybody talks to us, a person knows how we respond generally. We don't pay attention.
We don't pay attention.
No.
Anymore, when you ask a question, we ask if you liked and subscribed. And if you didn't, we don't answer your question.
Look up.
Or we answer it wrong.
Is that a bird?
They ask us how to do something. We tell them 4 when they ask us how to do something.
No, that's all I got.
That's all I got. I'm trying to think if I can think of any more. I can't really think. We said that team.
We already established the fact that you can't think.
I know.
You're a little light.
It's starting to hurt. Right? The smoke's gonna. Good thing there's no smoke detector in here. It's gonna set it off.
Well, don't take off your hat because then you're gonna be blinded.
Oh my god!
Good
thing I got my promo for next week now. I guess.
Who is it? I mean.
Yeah.
Yo, 1 week we gotta go promos against each other. And
yes.
Have them vote.
You have 3 people that watch.
It doesn't matter. 3 people. That's a deciding vote. If it's an even amount.
Yeah, but out of the 3, I'm 1 and you're 1.
So that other person will pick who wins.
We will do that one time.
Well, we'll promo against each other.
We gotta figure out a way to get a mic to hang down though.
It can't be too personal though.
No, it can't be too personal.
If it gets too personal, that's bad.
Then
we might actually fight.
We might actually. We'll have to cut it because we don't want to have that again.
No. We'll keep it above the belt. You know what I'm saying? No low blows.
No low blows.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
I'm gonna whoop your ass in that. There ain't no way you're gonna beat me in a promo battle.
Okay.
I'll freestyle battle you too.
That's fine.
I don't even care.
All right, B-Rabbit.
Yeah, everybody from the 313.
Okay.
Nobody from Detroit watches this, by the way.
Nobody from Detroit even knows what the hell we're going.
I would love for someone. I'm from Detroit.
What the hell? What do you mean?
You look like someone who.
You look like you watch wrestling. Yeah, I do, bitch.
Whoa.
See, this is what happens. We're bringing it back up, and now it's all coming back out again.
Well, you know what?
If you don't know what we're talking about, go check the promos from the last episode. Disclaimer beforehand, that's all.
I just want to thank you, everybody, for watching the video. And like we said, if you have any tag teams, factions, anything else you want to throw in the comments, let us know. Let us know if there's any that we missed, or if there's just ones that you love and we didn't think of.
If we said your favorite, I mean, what's your favorite one regardless if we said it or not?
Yeah. What's your favorite tag team, faction?
What's your favorite version of the NWO style?
You have 800 different variations of NWO. Pick one.
I think we're good.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Later, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.